Heidi Range.
Hello.
Welcome to Riverside Radio.
Thank you for having me.
Now we're going to talk about lots of things, but I wanted to start with asking you about where you grew up.
I grew up in Liverpool, obviously, by the accent, with my mum, my dad and my sister. And then when I was about 7, my parents divorced. And then my nan practically moved in with us. So she was like a second mother to me. She was the most fabulous woman I've ever known in my whole life. But yeah, I grew up in a house full of makeup, music, Patsy Cline and ladies. And then when I was 16, I started coming to London, doing recording and was back and forth. And then I moved to London properly when I was 18.
Tell me, how was your talent discovered?
I had quite an interesting journey to get to the Sugababes and the success of that. I worked with lots of different producers and managers from about the age of 14. So I was in London working with Stock Aitken, who were very famous producers. When I was 15, I worked with another management company who were looking after the Eternal. Yeah. And then I was about to sign a deal, and the manager of Sugababes was also a music lawyer. And when I took the contract to her, she convinced me not to sign with the other guy and go with her. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah. Was it just obvious from a really young age that you had pipes?
I love to sing, like ever since I can remember. I was obsessed with singing. That was my passion. And I guess my mum encouraged it because she could see it was something I was good at. Yeah. And Liverpool is an amazingly musical city. Like, to grow up in that city, there's so many opportunities. Like, all the children, all my friends, we all went to singing and dance lessons. We were part of a children's roadshow where we performed every weekend in clubs, like social clubs and pubs and at christenings. I was part of this children's cabaret show. So to grow up with that opportunity and gain experience of performing in front of live audiences was amazing. Yeah. So yeah, it was something I was always super passionate about, and in my head there was nothing else I was going to do. There wasn't a plan B. That was it.
Well, I'm really glad it worked out.
It's for the best that it did, because there was, as I say, there wasn't a backup plan.
Do you sing with your kids now?
I sing with my children all the time, particularly on a Friday. We like getting the little karaoke machine out. Although my eldest is 6 and she loves singing with me, the 2-year-old tells me to shut up, Mummy, I'm doing this bit.
You know your place.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane. What was your time with the Sugababes like?
It was incredible. It was what I dreamt of ever since I was a little girl, and it really was a case of a dream come true. I get a bit emotional when I talk about it now. Yeah. But it really was. I was this kid from Liverpool who dreamt of becoming a singer, and almost overnight I joined this group. And I remember, I was working in a bar in Liverpool, and I got a call from Sarah, my manager, to say one of the girls had left the Sugababes. Would I come and audition with the girls? And I had to go into town that afternoon to buy the album Overload. Right. Learn all this. I knew Overload because that was like the single that had been released, but I didn't know the other tracks off the album. So I had to learn them overnight, get the train to London the following day, and go and audition with the girls. And that night, I got on the train to go back to Liverpool, and they called me and said, can you come back again tomorrow with your mum?
Oh, crikey.
So come back the next day with my mum, and I never left London. And that weekend, I was on CD UK, because we'd done a photo shoot by then, and they were announcing the new lineup.
Oh my gosh. And
about a month later, I was stood on stage at the MTV Awards, presenting M&M with an award, which was just crazy. It was absolutely mental, but we were incredibly lucky. I was with the group for 12 years and we toured the world.
And you had huge success,
We did, yeah. We had 6 number ones when I was in the group. We performed on the main stage at Glastonbury.
Oh my God.
We performed
Amazing.
at Nelson Mandela's 90th birthday. We sang with James Brown. You know, we've sang with so many amazing artists, wrote with incredible writers, and you know, one of my favourite venues actually is in London, the Royal Albert Hall. We performed there quite a few times, which I absolutely love, and I still go there. If there's an artist I like, that's where I go if they're playing, because I just think it's the most amazing venue. So yeah, it was a dream come true, and I, you know, when I think back on it, because you don't really think about it when you've got two little ones running around, I just look back on it with really fond memories.
Oh, that's amazing. Have you taken your girls to the Albert Hall and then said, Mummy sang on that stage?
Do you know, I haven't taken them to the Albert Hall. I took Aurelia, my eldest, to the O2 to watch Little Mix.
Oh wow,
because she loves Little Mix. And it was a really funny moment to like go, you know, Mummy sang on that stage. And I don't know if she really got it or not. She was like, okay.
Yeah, all right then. It's so impressive. Why did you choose to work with the NSPCC?
So I was invited to an event that they were hosting, and I was just blown away by the way that they do. And as a mother particularly, you know, my priority is my daughters, and when they asked me would I like to get involved in helping promote what they're doing, you know, it was a no-brainer, absolutely. I mean, they're fantastic.
Yeah. Tell me about their Talk Pants campaign.
Talk Pants is basically teaching children that their bodies belong to them. Mm-hmm. It's about teaching them to speak up if something doesn't feel right or if they're worried.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I've got a little boy who is obsessed with dinosaurs, and I heard that there is a Pantosaurus.
Pantosaurus is a legend. He's this really fun dinosaur that teaches children that their bodies belong to them. Mm-hmm. And there's a book that the NSPCC have done. You can get it on their website or Matalan or the library. And it teaches children rules. And they love learning the rules and repeating the rules, particularly no means no. Yeah. But my daughter, I'd spoken to her about it because I got involved with NSPCC. But NSPCC actually, they do workshops within schools as well. And they went into her school. And it was amazing when she came home that she was telling me, oh, Mummy, you know, Pantosaurus says this, Pantosaurus says that. And I just think that's fantastic, even at that age, because it's basically talking about the prevention of sexual abuse, which is a horrible subject, something you don't want to think about, something most parents would be afraid to talk to their children about, particularly at such a young age. Yeah. So this is
approach it.
Well, that's it. You don't want to frighten them. You don't want to plant bad thoughts in their heads. So I just think this is an amazing way of equipping them with the power, you know, to know that my private's private, no means no, my pants are my power. You know, it's all these things, equipping them with that knowledge and confidence. And look, it's not a child's responsibility to protect themselves. It's our responsibility, which is actually what's brilliant about this book, us reading these books to our children, because it's a fun, friendly story about a dinosaur who loves his pants. You know, so I just think it's fantastic to start talking to them about it now.
Brilliant. Now, the NSPCC are about to launch their Listen Up, Speak Up campaign. Can you tell me a bit about that?
So, Listen Up, Speak Up is about encouraging anybody and everybody to just look around within your community. If you spot things that don't seem quite right, to teach us how we can help them. There's a workshop that the NSPCC have put on their website. It's a 10-minute workshop. It's absolutely free. I signed up and watched it this morning. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, when you say if there's something not quite right, you automatically assume it's the extreme, you know, abuse that is really obvious. It's not always the case of that. You know, one of the examples I saw this morning was about somebody going to visit their friend who had a newborn baby and noticing that the mum was withdrawn and not herself, and the baby was crying and she wasn't really responding to the crying, and the baby had a dirty nappy and the mum hadn't picked up on that. And it was this friend going, okay, how can I help her? And she helped her by encouraging her to go and speak to her doctor, reaching out to the rest of the family to offer support, and the friend personally saying, look, I'm going to bring some groceries round once a week, we're going to go for a coffee and have a chat. So it's about spotting something and helping out before it escalates to something terrible. And there's loads of different scenarios, but basically the workshop is telling us how we can spot things, how we can act, or if it is something more severe, to contact the NSPCC, because they will guide you to the right person who can help, who can step in and deal with those more extreme cases in the right way.
Yeah. Okay, that's brilliant. And it's essentially encouraging communities to really look out. So it's we are a community radio station, and community is everything. And I love the idea of the NSPCC giving us this very easy way of being a practical help.
But also they're offering, if there's a big group of you within a community, say at your social club or where you go and do your sports, if there's a big enough group of you that would like a workshop, they will send someone out to do an hour's workshop with you too.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great to know. Good. Now, obviously, you're a proud Southwest London dweller.
Yes.
I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about some of your favourite places in Southwest London.
Oh, I've been in Southwest London for quite a long time now, and I absolutely love it. I love the community element of it. I think that's what I love most, actually. I've had both my daughters here, and the facilities that have been on my doorstep, like as a first-time mum, I met so many friends through mother and baby classes. I've done every mother and baby class there is available in Southwest London. So I think it's the sense of community. Obviously, we've got so many amazing amenities, shops, restaurants, places to visit. Some of my favourite places would be Battersea Park. I love Battersea Park, and I love seeing it change through the seasons. It's so big, it's so open, but you've got the zoo there, which I've taken my girls to so many times. You've got the children's playground with the best pizza restaurant next to it.
Brilliant, top tip.
The pizzas are amazing, really good. I'm waiting for my girls to get big enough to go in the Go Ape.
Oh yeah.
They're still a little bit little.
My kids love that.
Yeah. So Battersea Park, Battersea Power Station is so beautiful.
It's so beautiful, isn't it?
And they put on a lot of events for children, like in the half term and things like that. They've always got big activities going on for the children, the Lego shop. I like going there without the children too. There's quite a few nice restaurants and cocktail bars.
Yes. Oh, brilliant.
They would be places. They would be my go-to.
Heidi, it's been absolutely lovely to spend time with you, and thank you so much.
Thank you.